The British administrative structure in India 1765 to 1857. Dear students, in this lesson we shall learn about British administrative structure in India during 1765 to 1857. British first came to India as traders. As their territories grew, they felt the need to establish administration. These British administrators in India were officials of the East India Company. Their interest was to make profit. Many officials forces Indian artists to sell them goods at low prices, which they then sold at much higher rates. These officials demanded high revenues from the farmers. Bengal was in grip of famine. Millions died. Now, British government realized that many of the methods followed by company and its officials were corrupt and cruel. For the better administration in Indian territories, British government passed the Regulating Act of 1773. The Regulating Act of 1773. The Governor-General in Calcutta was appointed as a result of this act. He used to supervise the governors of Madras and Bombay. To set up a Supreme Court in Calcutta provision was made. The governors of Madras and Bombay didn't like the interference of Governor-General. The members of councils also had differences with the Governor-General. As a result, in 1784, Pitt's India Act was enacted. William Pitt was the Prime Minister of England at that time. Pitt's India Act of 1784. This act provided a board of control having 6 commissioners to monitor the affairs in India. The Governor-General's Council was reduced to 3 members, including 1 Commander-in-Chief. The Governor-General was given total control over the other 2 presidencies of Bombay and Madras. The towns were under the charges of Kotwal. The village policeman was called as Chaukidar. In their service, also higher posts were reserved for British. The judiciary. When British started administrating India, they judged the cases by applying Hindu laws, that is Shastras, and Muslim laws, Shariat. In 1793, the Bengal Regulation was introduced with definite codes from the Hindu and Muslim laws. By 1833, India's first law system was introduced. It was applicable for Indians only. The British had separate courts. Thus, British introduced a uniform code of law for the whole country. Children, this is all that we learned in this lesson. Now let us revise once in brief. Summary. Initially, British administrators were officials of East India Company. They were only interested in money. By passing the Regulation Act of 1733, British tried to bring better system of administration. To monitor the officials of India, Pitt's Act was enacted in 1784. The Charter Act of 1813 abolished the monopoly of company in trade. British established civil services in India. British-ruled areas were divided into districts, were headed by collector. The British Army in India consisted of Indian soldiers of British officers.